Okay. Thank you. So this week we will talk about plagiarism, copyright, and then APA citation style. And because I believe you guys are using APA, right? Yes. And then I'm going to briefly touch on the tools, the reference management tools that we have. One is called EndNote, and the other one is called RefWorks, okay? And so first, I believe most of you will heard of plagiarism, right? And you know that CUHK take it very serious. And so in here, in CUHK, this is our definition. Okay, plagiarism is the act of using the work of other people as one's own. So you're using other people's work, their book, their articles, etc. And the thing is, the most obvious and standard type of plagiarism is copying whole article, section, paragraph, or whole sentence from other publication without acknowledgement. This is clearly unacceptable. So I know that when you do your research, you will read other people's words, right? And sometimes you will borrow the idea and then use your own word to rewrite it. This is okay, as long as you give acknowledgement, okay? And you can even directly copy from them. This is okay too, but you have to give acknowledgement, okay? Even the use of a few words paraphrasing may constitute plagiarism if the source is not acknowledged, okay? And when they meant other publication, it will include like books, journal, and even website, electronic journal, article, newspaper, etc. Okay, so failure to acknowledge, especially when these appear to be intention in mislead the reader about the originality, would constitute plagiarism. So this is the clear definition. If you want to know more, you can go to the academic dishonesty page by the university. And why we take it so seriously is because when you committed plagiarism, it's an ethical issue. You're actually cheating. It's not only affecting you, it's affecting the university reputation as well. And so, if you have committed plagiarism, you will face disciplinary action. Okay. And this is the page I just mentioned. This will talk about honesty in academic works. So under academic dishonesty, plagiarism is number one. Okay, it's the number one subcategory. And this is the penalties. The minimum penalty is for the first render, there will be 1 demerit and then a mark of 0 for your paper, and you have to complete another training on it. Okay. So you clear about the definition now? Yes. Right. So try yourself with these 4 cases, and have a look at it, think about it, and you can even discuss it with your friends, and then tell me whether that case will constitute of plagiarism or not. Okay. Let's look at case number 1 then. Case number 1 is if you copy or rearrange other people's word and sentence and use it in your own assignment. Okay, does it constitute plagiarism? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, thank you. Very clear, right? Because they didn't give acknowledgement. How about 2? You copy from a classmate without giving them credit. Yes, you're not the original author. How about number 3? You buy your assignment from them. Yes. How about number 4? You allow your friends to copy your paper. Yes or no? Think about it. Who is the original author? You, right? So you didn't commit plagiarism because you are the original author. So for this case, you are just like in the case of academic dishonesty, but your friend might have committed plagiarism. Okay. In the Facebook, we have a very famous page called CUHK Secret. Okay. It's very popular among students, and this is one of the posts that I get from the website. If you cannot read Chinese, I'm going to translate it to you. One student is asking, examination is coming, and before I have a paper that I wrote, and now it seems that I can reuse part of it. Can I reuse part of it? Is it possible? So what do you think? You are the original author. Can you reuse part of your own paper? It's difficult, right? Let's have a look here. Under the academic dishonesty page by CUHK, listed in here, subcategory 2, undeclared multiple submission. That means although you're the original author of that paper, okay, you cannot just resubmit it for another course or reuse it for another course, okay? Unless you have declared it, you have discussed it with your tutor, and you get a yes from them. Otherwise, you cannot, okay? So be careful. And so the consequences of committing plagiarism can be serious. So like in Germany, the education minister actually have to quit over his job. And in other places, things like this will happen as well. Okay. So if you have committed plagiarism, no matter you are intentional, you can tell that I didn't mean to do it. Okay, unintentional. Both will end up facing the same consequences. Okay. So there's no excuse. Sometimes students will argue that they don't intend to do it. It's just that they didn't do the documentation properly. So when they're trying to list things out, that there will be something missing, or they have quoted too much, or when they do paraphrasing, they didn't give the author name or the details. So these are some of the excuses. And I have even heard one student who got caught and got punished is because when they submit their paper through the Very Guide, okay, when he wanted to test out whether the Very Guide system is good or not, then he used his friend's paper to submit into under his own name. So the case is like he steal other people's paper and submit it as his own. And at the end, it appear in the system is he used his friend's paper. So don't just play with it, okay? And we talk about plagiarism, and so now you get a better understanding of it. I just want to make sure you can tell the difference between the idea of plagiarism and copyright infringement. So let's have a look at the table here. For plagiarism, the nature is intellectual dishonesty. But for copyright violation, it's a legal offense. If you have committed it, you will have to go to the court, okay? And for plagiarism, you just need to go to the school or the Senate. And then the way to avoid plagiarism is very easy, just to give the acknowledgement and cite the original author. But for copyright violation, if you have committed it, if you want to avoid it, you need to get the authorization from the copyright owner, okay? And for plagiarism, it's very strict. If you didn't cite, then you have committed it. But for copyright violation, sometimes students or academic people, scholar, they can argue it under the fair dealings, okay? Because you're not using it to make any money, right? So sometimes people argue under fair dealings, but still be careful. So sometimes the case might be you have committed plagiarism, you might have violated the copyright, and then sometimes you might have committed both, okay? And the following slide, I'm going to give you an example. I quoted from the academic dishonesty page. This example is quite funny, but at least I think it can help you get a better understanding, okay, between the two ideas. The first example is, okay, a student copied something from Shakespeare and submitted as his own word, okay? For this example, do you think this one is a case of plagiarism or copyright infringement, or both? For student A, he copied from Shakespeare. Is it a case of plagiarism or copyright infringement? Both? Yes? This is a case of plagiarism because he's not the original author, right? He copied and he didn't give acknowledgement, but he didn't infringe the copyright because Shakespeare died long time ago. The copyright already expired. How about example 2? Professor A has published a book of 300 pages in 2016, and then the student B published another book, and the content of his book is Professor A has written and he just copied directly the 300 pages, and this is a wonderful book. So this case, for student B, what did he commit? Plagiarism, copyright infringement, or both? Infringement of copyright because he did give acknowledgement, although he copied the whole book, but he did tell that it's from Professor A, right? So this one is infringement of copyright. Okay. So the way to avoid plagiarism is to do citation. It will help show other people where you get your argument from, and then it gives you authority, and then it gives credit and it show respect to other researchers, and it helps you to manage your research better because later on you might be able to refer to the reference list and then carry on the research. Okay. So the way to do citation properly is you can do quotation. That means copy the word by word from that article. You can do it, that is quotation. Or you can do paraphrase. That means using your own word to rewrite the idea. Okay. Or you can summarize. Okay, you read the full book and you summarize it. Then the way is you have to do in-text citation and then list out the reference list at the very end. Then student will argue then, do I have to cite everything? Then you can relax. You don't need to cite anything. Whenever this is your own experiment, your own thought, your own observation, then you don't need to cite. If it is like your own artwork, your own photo, your own video, then you don't need to cite. When it is like something called common knowledge, then you don't need to cite. When it is some generally accepted fact, like pollution is bad, then you don't need to cite. Okay. Common knowledge will include information that most people know, like the water will get bubbly at 100 degrees, and information shared by culture, like Mid-Autumn Festival is in August. Okay. And so if knowledge is shared by a member of a group of people in a particular subject area or a field, then you don't need to cite. But when you are in doubt, our advice is always give citation, okay, if you are in doubt. Here is another example for you to try out. Have a look at the fourth statement, okay? Tell me which one do you think if you use it in your paper, you will need to give citation. Yes, thank you. Okay, number 2 is a quote from a speech by Martin Luther King, so if you use it, you will need to cite it. But for number 1, it's just 十八是成功之母, then people generally, like we Chinese, will say things like this, so you don't need to cite. Number 3 is history, then you don't need to cite, okay, because it's common knowledge. And number 4, again, is like just a general statement, smoking is 危害健康, okay? And now I'm going to move to the last step, okay, last step of plagiarism, which is I'm going to use a few examples to demonstrate to you again, okay, to help you understand more by showing you different examples and cases, okay. In the following example, okay, all the students will read this original passage in pink, okay. This passage is quoted from a book, Invitation to Sociology. They read this original passage, and student A use it like this. He write his first sentence, social member experience various mode of control, exert over them, and then he just copy the whole lot. He copied the whole original passage. Is this okay? No, right? Okay, it's not okay. It's improper use of material. It's not allowed. Okay, how about look at example B? Still the same original passage. Student B this time, he tried his very best to rewrite using his own word and still keep part of the main keyword there. Is this okay? No, right? Very clever. It's still improper use of material. How about C? This time it's okay because he did copy from the original, but he did use the double quotation mark for the quotation, and he did give the author surname, publication year, and page number. Okay. And how about number D? Yes, it's okay. Because this time, although he didn't give the double quotation mark when he's doing the quotation, right? But because that piece of word is more than 40 words, 40. So he have to move the whole trunk a bit to the right and indent it, but he still give the author name, publication year, and page number, so it's still okay. How about number E? He tried to read the passage and then use his own word to rewrite it. Is this okay? Are you sure? Okay? Not okay. You can rewrite it, but you have to give acknowledgement, okay? Remember, you have to give acknowledgement. Okay, how about this one? It did happen. Okay, it did happen. People read it in Chinese or read it in English and then translate it into another language. Is this okay? No, okay? You can, of course, you can translate the original text into other language, but still you have to give acknowledgement. Okay? So very good. Now, I believe using this 15 minutes, 20 minutes, now you all understand what plagiarism is, okay, and what we meant by it in COHK. So to avoid it, you just need to do citation properly. And the citation style that you guys are using is APA, and currently APA is in its 7th edition. Okay, 7th edition. Actually, it's not that complicated. Citation style in APA just like the 2 main parts. Part 1, in-text citation. That means when you're writing your paragraph, in between it, when you quote it from someone, if you're using other people's idea, paraphrasing that idea, then just give the surname and the publication year. And at the very end, you have to list out all the references that you use. Okay. So for in-text citation, there's 2 main types. First, paraphrase. You rewrite it. Second case is you directly quote it. Okay. In the APA organization website, okay, they will give out clear instruction on basic principle how you do in-text citation, and they list out all the examples there. So if you want, you can go to their website to have a look. But basically, there are two formats of doing in-text citation. The first one is you just rewrite it, and then you give the author name, publication year. And the second format is if you use a narrative citation. That means you will say like Doris said blah blah blah, Doris suggested that, Doris noted that. Then you have to give the paraphrase to the year, okay, but not the surname. Basically, basic information must have is the author name and publication year for paraphrasing. Okay, page number is nice maybe. Okay, not a must when you're doing paraphrasing in-text citation. But when you're doing quotation, then you have to do the double quotation mark, author name, publication year, and page number. This is a must. Unless you are doing a quotation for more than 40 words, then you don't need to use the double quotation mark. You just indent the whole chunk to the right. Okay. And apart from that, I just want to remind you, you will also need to do citation for secondary source. That means when you're reading book A, in that book, the author quoted from someone else, and you also agree with that other people's argument, and you want to use it in your own paper. Okay. That means you're reading book A, author A quoted from author B, and you also agree with author B, and you also want to use author B idea in your paper. Although you didn't directly read author B's book, you still need to give citation. Okay, this is called secondary citation. Then you will have to use the wording as cited in. Okay. So in the APA website, as I mentioned, they have all the examples for you to look at how you do in-text citation and reference list. Still, I want to remind you gently. For example, here, this is a citation for a book. But even for a book, you have to clearly distinguish if it is a citation for a reference list for a book, an edited book, an e-book, a chapter in a book. The requirement will be very different, so you need to be careful. And in the APA website, okay, in their website, they will have the sample paper here freely for you to download. Let's say I have downloaded this student sample paper. Then you can have a look. They will tell you in APA style when you write how you should put your title, okay, what font you should use, okay, where should you put the page number, things like this. Okay, so if you want, you can download that paper and have a look, so that when you do it yourself, you will know what to follow. Okay, because I know you're not writing a paper now, right? So I won't ask you to do all the hands-on exercise. I just want to remind you, apart from doing citation or reference list for a book, apart from doing it for an article, you also need to cite things like if you're reading publication in other language, you need to translate the language into English and then put it in a blanket. And you will need to cite for newspaper article, okay? And you will need to cite for e-news, okay? And you will need to cite for film and television reference and data set, okay? And you will need to cite for even YouTube video. And for you, maybe sometimes you will use image or map as well, and both you will need to give citation, okay? Just remember. And apart from the APA side, you can get sample or how to do it. You can also come to the library to get the whole publication manual. And we have created short video to show you how to do citation. And if you want, you can go to CUHK. We have an independent learning center. Inside, they will have guides to show you how to do citation properly. And if you need to write in Chinese and in APA style, the independent learning center has created the APA citational guide in Chinese as well for you to follow. So you just go there, take a look. And I have mentioned that to help you manage your reference, the library have two tools. The first one is RefWord. The second one is EndNote. They both can do similar thing. Okay, it's just two different products. And to download it, you just go to the library page. It's just on the first page, EndNote, RefWord. Okay, let me show you. Is there EndNote in this computer? Let me check. Since this PC don't have it. Why? Because for EndNote, it's like this. It's on the first page of the library website. Okay, so you can go there and have a look together. EndNote link is just here. Can you see it? The first page, you can see the EndNote link here. So if you have your own PC, own notebook, you can click there. Okay, it will then bring you to the EndNote page. At this very moment, okay, we are using EndNote 20. Okay, EndNote 20. You have to download it. Okay, it's just here. You have to download it to your desktop. Then you can do the manage your reference. Because after you download it, you can then go to all those platforms that we just looked at last week, and then with a click of a button, all the information will be loaded to your EndNote software. And then when you do your word citation, then you are able to open it, okay, and type it. Just want to remind you, when you download your EndNote, okay, you have to follow because you're not doing updates, so once you get in, you just follow here. Okay, click here. And we have here listed out some short video for you to follow, like how to learn EndNote in 20 minutes, okay. It will work on both Windows and Mac as well. So depends on which version you want. The features about EndNote is it is downloaded on your own machine, okay? So it will stick to your machine. But if you want more flexibility, you can also create another EndNote web account, okay? Go to the EndNote website, then you can download the EndNote online account. It's free. Once you have created the EndNote account, then you can synchronize the web version EndNote online account with your EndNote desktop account. When the two is linked up and synchronized together, so even sometimes you forgot to bring your notebook, you can still do research and then send the information to your EndNote web account. Because they are synchronized together, then they can talk to each other. But the good thing about the EndNote desktop is it's got bigger storage space and more function and features. Okay. And just remember, when you download EndNote, you have to close all the other browsers because it might clash. Okay. And if you want to learn how to use EndNote, okay, you can either click here, EndNote workshop and courses. We will have courses coming up. We have one face-to-face and one online course. Both last around an hour. So you can go to take it. Or if you want, you can click this link. Okay, it's all under this page. If you want, you can take this page, the right-hand side here. Okay, this one is a EndNote Blackboard course we just created. So you can learn at your own pace. You just need to click here. Okay, and then first you log into your Blackboard account. And then you click this Blackboard EndNote course to enroll it yourself. Okay. After you enrolled it, then you will, under the course of your Blackboard page, you will then see this EndNote online course for yourself. Okay. So you can learn at your own pace. It will cover the basic instruction as well as the advanced features. Okay. So this is EndNote. Let me see if I can open a Word document here. If you have a Word document and if you have cited into your Word account, automatically you will see, now this PC don't have, okay, maybe your PC will have, but if you have logged in and downloaded, you will see an EndNote tab there, okay. Then when you write, you can directly click the EndNote tabs to retrieve all the information in your EndNote account, okay. And so apart from EndNote, the second one that we have is RefWork, okay, here. Also on the front page of the library website, okay. This one do similar things like EndNote, but the key difference is RefWork is online based, so you don't need to do any download. You just need to click this link, okay. And then if you don't have an account, you just need to click here, create account. After you click create account, or if you want, you can do it now. After you click create account, you will need to type in your institutional email, okay? That means you have to use your CUHK email because we pay a lot of money for both EndNote and RefWork. So unless you are a student or staff, you cannot download it. So don't use Gmail and don't use your QQ account. Have to use CUHK email so that they can recognize you're one of them. So after you key in your CUHK email address and then click check, they will then tell you that, oh, CUHK has subscribed to it. You can now register. And then you just follow the step to create your own password. After you finish create your own password, RefWork will then send an email to you telling you, hey, your account is done. Please click the link to activate it. Okay. But I noticed that sometimes when they send that activation email to you, that particular email will drop into the junk mail. So sometimes students will call me and say, I cannot find the activating email. It's because it's in the junk mailbox. So after you create it, you maybe go there and have a look. Okay. Then after you click on the validation link, then you can activate your account. But for me, because I already have an account, so I can open my account and show it to you. So this is my RefWork account. Both EndNote and RefWork is similar. They do similar things. It's just two different portals. Okay. Once you get into your account, you can see your name. Okay, and you can select what languages you want. Okay, Chinese or English. Okay, what interface you want. And like what I said, I have like using the RefWork account to store my references. Right. So you can see I can store now. I have over 200 references here, and I can use different folder. Okay, to put them in and sort them in. For example, here I have created a folder called Social Science. To create a folder, you just need to click the Add button. Click Add folder, then you can create your own name and then click Save. I have here created a social science folder, and inside I can also create subfolder by clicking this three dot. Okay, then you can add subfolder. So it's very straightforward. And after I have things in my paper A, I finished writing my paper. Then what I can do is I can use this create button. I can either do quick cite. Okay, once I click the quick cite, the RefWork will then ask me what citation style are you using. It's just APA 7. Then I'll click continue. Then they will list out all the reference that I have in my folder. Let's say I'm writing something and now I need to do in-text citation. Then I just tick the author that I quoted from or paraphrase from, then they will do it for me. I just need to just copy it and then I can paste it into my Word document. Or when I finish doing in-text citation, when I finish the whole lot, okay, I can then just click the next button, then all the reference lists will be here. Okay, I can just copy it and paste it to my Word. Then you might ask Doris, well, how can I get all these references to my account? There's a few ways you can do, both in EndNote and RefWorks, the same. First, you can create it by clicking this button and then click Create New to manually input the information into your RefWorks account. But of course, this is not what we want, right? Although they have got lots of options, audio, computer, map, etc., etc., you can fill in, but it's quite time consuming, right? So we will prefer you guys to do it like this. Remember last week we do the Academic Search Ultimate, right? I shared this database with you. For example, if you're in database like that one, Academic Search Ultimate, then when you finish doing your search, and then you can, let's say I am doing a search like this, and then this is the article I'm going to use for my Word. Then in database similar, like EBSCOhost, they will have a link like this one, export. Okay, once I click export, they will have a function, direct export to RefWork. Okay, then I just click save. Then the database will talk with my RefWork account. Okay, then that pieces of article information will then be loaded here. Okay, just you can click on it and then make sure the title, author, publication date, etc. is correct. Okay, if you want to edit it, just click on this pencil button. So a click of a button can help you add the things into your account, and it will work in most of the major databases like EBSCOhost, Postgres, and even remember we talked about the database 中國期刊全文數據庫, the main Chinese one. Okay, this one. If you click on it, let's try a advanced search. Okay, even in here, you can do direct transport. You just need to select the article that you want. Okay, after you finish doing a search in this 中國嘅康全文數據庫, and then click this 導出語分析, and then click this 導出文獻. Then there will be an option RefWork for you. Okay, EndNote as well. For EndNote, it's just here. Okay, it works similar. Then they will let you preview the article information. Still running. Anyway, the idea is like it should load, and then they will let you preview the article information. Then all you need to do, if you're happy with what you have, like this, they will show you the title, the volume issue number, the author detail, abstract, etc. If you are happy with what you have, then you click this one, 導出. Okay, then they will help you store the information into a TXT file here. Okay, a TXT file. Then you just need to go back to your Refer account and click this Add button, okay, to import that particular folder back to your account. Okay, that folder that we just have should be in the download. It's just this one. So see, it's here, right? So this is how RefWork can talk to other databases. So I hope it can help make your life easier. And if you will carry on doing research, I would strongly encourage you guys either open an EndNote or a RefWork account so that you can store the reference that you use, because later on you might carry on doing research on the similar topics. So it will help you. And one more features I want to point it to you is in database, in tools like this one, EndNote RefWork, you can actually attach a file. Okay, let's say this is the one we just look at, right? We just download it into your account. You can click this button, edit, and then if you have the PDF file, you can do add an attachment to add the document, the article PDF into it, so that later on you can refer to, and you can even do highlight, make notes on it. Okay, so I think this is quite useful for you if you need to do research. Any questions so far? RefWork. For RefWork, if you want to use RefWork in your Word document, somehow you also need to go to the My Ads In, insert, My Ads In. Here you can try to go to the Ads In store to look for the RefWork apps. Okay, I cannot here. But RefWork itself, they got a RefWork citation manager here. Okay, so you can download that add-in, and then in your Word you can also do it. Okay, it's under Insert and then My Add-ins. Both EndNote and RefWork, they really work similar. Okay, and even after one day you left CUHK, and you got lots of information in your EndNote or Refer account, you can then export those information out and then store it in your USB, and then you can like move it around. Okay, and as long as CUHK still have subscription to EndNote and Refer, then you should be able to still use it even if you have left university. Especially for EndNote because you download it on your machine already, so you will have it with you even one day you left university. The only thing is just you may not be able to do any more update. But you still owned it, okay? And for Refer, you can still own it as long as we subscribe to it. But we'll encourage students, when they finish studying in this university, they can store it into their U-Pan, okay, USB, then they can do it and use it everywhere, whenever they want. For me, I think they work the same, but academic staff seems to enjoy using EndNote more. So if you want to be a researcher later on and work in here, maybe you can try EndNote first. For me, personally, I think they work similar. But if you have preference, just go for it, okay? Let's see. We are quick. I plan, because somehow if you're in your actual classroom, I'll give you a chance or to open an EndNote account or a Refer account. But because we're in a theater, so we don't have a chance to do much hand-on. So I've reached the end of my presentation today. And these two workshops, one is on RefWork, okay? One is on EndNote. They both have one online class in Zoom and one face-to-face class, okay? So if you want, you can register for it. You just need to scan this code, okay? And I think it will be useful. And like last time, I'm going to share this PPT later on with you guys, so not to worry about missing anything. But then I will need your help to help me do this. Okay? Before I say bye-bye, can you help me to fill the course evaluation form? This is for the library because I need to go and take your feedback so that library can improve on the sharing that we have with you. And they ask you to fill the course title, right? For the course title, you can just fill in information search for MSSST. We don't have the soft copy, but because the APA website, they already list out the soft copy in their website. They give out most of the details there already. It's easier to go to their website. Okay? Any question? So we are very effective today. We used 1 hour to go through all this concept. Yes, sir. The same article. If you're doing in-text, just give the same. But for the reference list, you just need to list out once. Anything else? Huh? You can. You can. You can cite it. A lot of professors do the same. It's just the name. Just the name. Yes. Okay. I'll pass them to you. Okay. And if no more question, it'll be the end of my part of sharing. But if you have any question on Rev 4 and EndNote, you're always welcome to contact me. Okay. Yeah, for like EndNote and Rev 4, they will take both English, Chinese, and Japanese as well. A lot of language. Just not. See, in the APA, they got it already. All the sample paper, different style, how to do it. It's already a soft copy. So all of the page, the fonts, the basic citation principle, they have all the exercise, all the sample here listed for you. So easier than reading a book.
Because like the 6th edition, they have like a book and manual.
Yeah, 7 too. They have a book and manual, but this time they're quite nice. In the website, they give out all the like how you cite for textual word and article newspaper. They give out all the example. How you do a newspaper reference list, how you do the in-text citation. It's clearly here. It's better than reading the whole hard copy manual. That's why I said you guys go there to have a look. When you're actually writing your paper, then you can use it for reference. Okay. I'll log out my account. I'll give it back to you. 我又唔記得咗點樣揾翻份嘢出嚟，係咪 C 咧？你哋咁你跟住同你哋仲有冇嘢講啊？咁我哋下年可唔可以咧將佢 combine 埋一堂，咁佢哋咪唔使咁辛苦咯？係咯，OK 啊，即係其實咁樣佢哋會又唔使嘥咗你啲時間。我知道你哋今年係咪好緊啊啲時間都？